Okay, I am streaming once again. I got a notification that I'm streaming. I have hit the correct buttons. And I'm waiting to see if people actually come in. And I don't remember how to see if they do or not. And apparently it's live. I don't remember what I did last time when I was streaming. I know I had the notification up. There was like a planned event. And it said a while ago. Okay, there are actually people watching now. That's good. Okay, well, for the people that are here, I hope you saw the video and hope you enjoyed it, and gonna continue to use that momentum and actually hopefully complete another video that I was working on. And it is once again a Moonbase Alpha thing. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, 9S. Are you busy right now? Yeah, I'm very... Last time, I was surrounded by all my friends, and that was both a good thing and a not so good thing. And I was also very not sober, but now I'm entirely sober and alone, so that should be a very different experience. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll try to focus on actually completing a video rather than just nonsense that goes on all the time. Sorry, Nines. I might stream another time. Interesting fact, I've only lost subscribers total on 2 occasions. The first one was the first stream, and the second one was the second stream, so... Yeah, I think the community at large did not enjoy drunken rambling and loud shouting. So, is everything sounding good? According to my levels, things are alright, but I'm not positive. I have my mic set up, and things are hopefully able to be seen. I'll wait for people to get in so I can actually show things. Okay, thanks folks. Thanks. I remember the name of that character in that profile picture, but I don't anymore. Nope, can't remember right now. I'm sure it'll come to me in several minutes. Okay, so yes, 2.8 is weird because it's not what I used, but I think it's better. There's still some small things that annoy me that are probably I'm objectively wrong about, but like it does anti-aliasing on stuff like that, and I don't know if I like that. Wait, where is it? Like sometimes it changes when I select different objects, and I like the more boring look of the other one. But if anyone's not aware, Blender is a 3D modeling and animation program that's free, and they recently came out with a huge update that's in beta for version 2.8, and everything is all over the place, and probably makes a lot more sense than all the shortcuts and methods that I've learned over the years, but I'm going to try to use it to make my next video. And that video, I guess I could play for the few people that are here. Doesn't sound that amazing, but... That was Snowy from When You're Outside Snowdon Town in Undertale. Yes. And I remember the name. It's Arcelia Orion Hard Under Blade something. That's what I was trying to remember. Yeah, so I thought I'd just do a snowy scene, kind of like these two scenes. Like this, I might have like an astronaut snowman or something. And I might incorporate this as well. Just kind of have a scene. Might put that guy here. I'd remake it in kind of 3D, low poly style that I attempt sometimes. And I don't think I'll have much animation other than snow happening. This is Reaper. It is free and has that kind of infinite free trial where it just says, hey, do you want to buy it? No, that's okay, I guess. But if you do want to buy it, it is very cheap. Something like $60 for the full thing. And so I would highly recommend it. This is my second favorite program of all time. My first favorite being Blender 2.79, but we'll see how Blender 2.8 is. So I'll just put these reference images to the side so I can look over. I guess I'll start with the ground, which will be good. One thing I don't really like about modern design is that everything has to be monochrome. It could just be my incorrect opinion once again, but it's very, like, my eyes are usually drawn to the reddish magenta colors of the materials, but I like, oh wait, it's a circle. That's the circle? No, that's just, there it is. So I find it hard to find sometimes, but hopefully we should still be able to add a background image easily. Nope. It used to be over here, and now they changed it. Would it be under overlays? No. Background image. View 3D. Add background image. Oh, would it be up here? No. If anyone else has used Blender 2.8, please let me know. View. Oh, would it be under add image, background image? Oh, I see. Oh, what the heck is going on here? Okay. This is nothing like it was before, but maybe a reference image would be better. Nope, that, I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so it's now an object. I guess that makes sense. I was not expecting to hit a roadblock already, but so it's, yeah, that's just under objects, data. Yeah, I can put it in the front and lower the transparency. Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. I guess I'll move that there. Okay, I guess I can kind of see how that's useful. Yeah, all right. So I guess I can make a tree first, and that'll help things be arranged. Oh yes, and collections is yet another thing that is new. So new collection, call this scratch. Oh, the caps lock was on. So this will be the second layer where I can work on things. Oh yes, and these pie menus are very different as well. Cursor to center, world origin, sure. So let us make a tree. Let us make a tree. Cylinder with 9 vertices sounds good. And if I can move that background image as well, move to scratch, I guess that kind of makes sense. I say 90 along the x-axis and move it up. So I'll just kind of estimate, or I could move this over like that. Technical difficulties, eh? That doesn't make much sense, but I've never worked on a huge open source project like that, so I'm not one to judge. Oh, is there screencasting things? I know the old Blender, you could have a thing that pops up that shows the different buttons that you're pressing, but yeah. In case that wasn't obvious before, the reason I had all my friends and got wasted last time was that I was very nervous. And that has definitely not gone away. And now that I'm sober, the problem has increased. Okay, where's that thing that shows the thing? Does it even exist? Overlays. Should I should not even try to mess with Eevee right now. I'll put it in cycles, something that I at least somewhat understand. We'll set this to a dark green. Oh no. Okay, that still works. And call that green. And make a brown. And I still don't know where any of these things are. Solid color, sure. Assign that. Assign that. Why is it still the boring default color? I'm looking for a thing that says viewport color. But I don't. Would that be an object? No, because it's just that. Well, I'll just keep trying. That's not a very good tree. Why did it change colors now that I go to wireframe? I'm guessing that's just a bug. Actually, this is boring. I'll try to finish this quickly and then get on to something that actually looks cool, like snow. And that's something I hopefully will be able to understand. That's tree-like enough, I guess, for now at least. Okay, so now that I go to solid, just whatever. Let's add some basic lighting. This tree is actually gigantic. I do not want that. This background image is so confusing. Okay, so, okay, now that makes a bit more sense. Let's call this the snowy one. I name all my files with something like that. I call it like B if it's a Blender file, and then R if it's a Reaper file, and V if it's Vegas and stuff like that, so it's easier to discover where things are. So let's see how we can light this. I'll make a new emission material and go to the emission thing. Yeah, everything's still working fine. So you gotta go to, hold down Z and go to rendered. That's so weird. Okay. Okay, I think that's doing all right. How I did not just crash Blender, which is very possible. I may have crashed Blender. I think I had literally just saved, so that's fine. Yeah, it's just since using that. Okay, it might have been because I was also recording with OBS. Alright, let's try that again. Maybe I'll switch to GPU compute as well. Add an icosphere, make it big, put it up there, go to materials, call this emit, go to emission, and bump that up, and go to whatever that is, no, rendered. May take a few minutes the first time. Good, that's high quality entertainment. No, never mind. I'll just put it back to CPU. And I probably crashed it once again. Don't mess with that, I suppose. Alright, I will keep it on CPU compute. Add another icosphere. Make it big. Call it... Is the name not even here anymore? 2.8, man. Particles, physics, objects. Is that the object? Yes. I don't know what you're doing here. I don't even know what I'm doing here, and I'm sober. Call this emit light, immediate light. Add a new material, call it emit, call it emit, put it here, make it big, save again, Z rendered, it's too bright. Alright, that's a tree, we've done it. So it's just kind of like a triangle shape. Of trees. Yeah, the last two streams I did, I was way too nervous to do it sober, so I invited all my friends over and got drunk, and everyone got drunk. And it was a bit of a bad time, but also a good time. So I don't really know. Before I copy paste, I should probably name these. Tree, ground. Maybe I'll have it a bit more uneven like that. Yep. And I am still nervous now, but I think a quality stream would be more important than how I feel about it. And that is water, because I'm talking for once in my life. And they're all about the same size, right? Yeah. Just talking to people over the internet. I get nervous talking to new people in real life, and on the internet is no different. Yeah. Why don't I just rotate this 90 degrees along the x-axis? No, I meant along the y-axis. No. Oh god. That is what I meant actually then. I know it wasn't. What? Okay. Rotate 180 along the x-axis. There we go. Yeah, that sounds fine. Maybe not. You know what? You go over here. Yeah, my worry would be that I would just be super scared and say literally nothing, as I usually do in real life. And at the very least, it would be entertaining to watch some people go nuts and be drunk and stuff, which was the case for some people. There's some trees in the middle. And it went along this way. And I'm going to be lazy and take the arrangement of trees that are already aligned and copy paste those, and then copy paste those and rotate those. I'll just do that. No, that was not effective use. It was okay. And all this copy pasting I'm doing as Alt-D, so that when I edit one, I'm actually editing all of them at the same time. So, like if I make one change to this, it changes all of them. And wait a minute, look at the reference again, and these should all be connected. Wait, how do you subtract? Shift, okay. Wait a minute, I did accidentally misclick. Okay. So it's the general layout. I could probably move all the stuff into the first layer. Collection. Wait. Move to collection. And where's the camera? Here's the camera. I'm trying to select the camera. There you go. Oh dear. There we go. Actually, here's some interesting terminology. You can see all this nonsense that's like all these grid lines and stuff like that. That is called z-fighting, and you can see it in games a lot when there's two objects occupying the exact same space. So if you see I move them apart, it doesn't happen. But if they're here, so I just need to delete one. And one shortcut that is Shift F that is now gone is fly navigation, and I don't know the shortcut for this anymore. Or no, it was walk navigation, so you can like WASD and move the mouse like this to place the camera, which I liked. Okay, that looks alright. I might change the green to be a bit less saturated. Yeah, with cycles, it's not very hard to get things to look nice. But materials do all the work for you. And you can get some really cool materials if you mess with them, but I may or may not do that right now. Yeah, this looks fine for now. So, before I get too extremely boring, I will add the snow. I will do a particle system for this. Call it snow. For now, I will create all the different things that I think will make up the snow. So these are different objects that the particle system will emit. So I'll just make simple little things like this and squish it around in a random manner. Actually, I'll call this snow particle. That is a good point, Daniel. I still don't really have a sense of numbers very well, because there's like people that are huge on Twitch, there's also people that are small on Twitch, and people that are big on YouTube, and people that are small on YouTube. So I don't really get the sense of scale of that at all. Okay, so snow particle. And then I'll change this in a different way. And then I'll change this in a different way as well. Then I'll change this in a different way. And then I'll change this in a different way. Yeah, YouTube is... who knows what's going on with YouTube. That's probably good enough. I'll group these into snows. Go into this and look at the particles. Render as group, or as collection. Oh, wait. Oh, I guess I can just do collections then. Duplicate the snows. The whole collection. Let's see if that worked. Oh, no, not whole collection. I want to pick random. There we go. I think it's just business is a thing that exists, and business is bad. If you want to get all philosophical. Okay, so this is very slowly happening, and that's good, but I think we want more particles, so something like 3,000. And we want this going for a longer time, but we'll worry about that later. Whoops. The size variation, I'm not sure. Okay, let's see. We want rotation and dynamic rotation, so they can appear in any rotation that they want. Wait a minute. Why are there snow? Why are there trees in here? I may have made some mistake. Render collection, and the collection is snows. Is that not it? New. I'll call this snows. Put this in snows, and I'll try doing that again, but with snows. There we go. That should be a bit better. We need to make these lighter because they're little snowflakes. That's still a bit fast. We need dampening or more drag, I think. No, I need dampening. And they're all dying. So we need them to live longer, such as 200 frames. These are still way too big. I could probably move this down a lot. There we go. And see how that looks. If you can even see that. Wait a minute. This is blocking the light. So what we need to do is go into here, no, here, cycles, make it invisible to everything. Actually, I'm not sure about how that would affect the particles. I should save again. These even come across? No, they don't. I'll give this snow material, I'll just leave it like that for now. It's so boring having to do that every time. Okay, so there should be visible snow right there. Yeah, you can kind of see that. There should probably be more particles though, but that's good enough for now. Don't worry, Atragon, you didn't miss anything. So we have things here. I might put a quick save icon or something. You know, I'll just make that, you just go boom, and then subdivide it, and then go like that and scale out, and then like rotate it or something. Rotate it just a little bit, and give it, make it a little offset to give it charm. Call it yellow save point. Just have it yellow. Actually, you know what? Let's make it a little bit of an emission. Yeah, that looks alright. See how that looks. Yeah, that looks okay. Put it closer to the ground. Actually, these trees aren't even touching the ground at all. And there'll be the snowman. I guess I can just put him here or something. People can probably still recognize this as the Undertale place from all this stuff. I guess I could make this pathway. I might just brute force it and rotoscope or something. Badoop. Badoop. Interesting, this is not 100% tiled. Never noticed that. This is probably not the most thrilling thing to watch. Uh-oh. Dissolve vertices. No, that's not what I wanted. I guess I could just have that there. That's fine. Wait, what? I don't understand what is going on. I'll just start over then. I'm wondering if I have any interesting stories to tell as I do this. Nothing really comes to mind. Do I recognize anyone's avatar? No. Just Shinobu so far. I will call this path. Alright. Thank you for the encouragement. Yeah, I tried to find that before. Maybe it's under... yeah, that plugin that shows all the things. Now it's under Edit. That's good. Add-ons. Oh, appreciate it, Gezin. Why specifically do you like this stream? Because I honestly have no idea how to have an outside perspective. Nope. Let's see. Google. Nope. Time to download the plugin, and I'm gonna be super cool and do it with Git Bash because it's on Git. So first I need to go into the Blender folder. Actually, I still have this dashboard up here. I don't remember where Blender is installed. It's probably in C, Program Files, Blender, no. No, then I guess it's B. Oh yeah, of course. Which is the most recent? No. I'm guessing this is the most recent one. Yeah, it might be app data, but I think it's here because it's I got it manually. Alright, open git bash here. And check this out. Git clone. Yeah. How about that? Okay, what even was it called? Shortcut viewer. Install from add-on from file. Oh, I could have just done it from where I downloaded it. Well, I think it says one. I would believe so. I don't actually remember how to do that. Read me. No, that doesn't help. Arian, did it go? SEV. No. Maybe this will be more useful. Oh, maybe I should have just done the init.py. That's probably it. No. Alright, I'll just say what shortcuts I'm using. Okay, well, that was 0 on the numpad. This is the Z button. And now you can see that it's still Z. Never mind, it's not Z fighting because it's just too high. I need to give this another material. I'll call this path. Make it a darker color. And I might want to move this stuff over. That is too many things selected. Alright. Can I use a fancy selection? All by type. Select linked. There we go. See, like another thing I don't like about anti-aliasing in Blender 2.8 is that I can barely see what's going on here. Like this should be just a solid line. I'll move that here and maybe add a few more. the snow for now. And I'll unhide it and go to rendered view. See how that looks. Oh, there's snow directly in front of the camera. Go back to solid. Grab along the Z-axis with G and Z. Okay, now that is a shortcut I'm mad about. You can no longer hold down Alt and scroll up and down to scrub through the timeline. Oh, it wasn't the big snows, it was that those were that other collection. Okay. How does this look when rendered? Yeah, that looks okay, I guess. Maybe turn off the shadows for it. Now, I'm not sure what the best way would be to give it that look like that. Maybe some sort of modifier. Oh yes, good catch. Master just won. That is not right. Now I want to move this out a little bit. Around over there. That's where the sign and the box are. I'll do those later. Now what? Oh yes, I was trying to figure out how to make this look good. Maybe what I could do... No, that would be dumb. I can just manually put stuff there, I suppose. That's not very interesting. I guess that's what I would do if I wasn't streaming, so that would just take a long time. What I could do no, even then that wouldn't work. I guess I could get started on the snowman dude astronaut thing. So it's just a snowman, don't really need much of a reference, and I'd be doing it in the style anyway. So let's make a new collection, call it Snowman. Let's make a new cylinder, have less vertices. Add a loop cut with Control R. You want it simple, but not too simple because it's already low poly. Although I guess what I could do is make it smooth. Another design trend is that they have pretty pictures, but I don't know what any of them mean. I don't know if that means smoothing that or like smooth vertices. Mesh. You know, I'll just shade smooth, that's it. Hopefully this won't look terrible. And then I'll just do a loose astronaut shaped head for now. I don't know if there's anything to bring up that menu after you add it. And that is, once again, a different thing in 2.8, so I'm not sure where that would be. Maybe you're not even able to, because like once you start editing it, it wouldn't be able to like add more or less vertices, or no, that's a bad example. Like there's only a certain number, and if you add stuff like that, like it wouldn't know how to deal with it if you do like subdivisions and extruded and stuff. Alright, see you later, Atragon. Oh dear, it's gigantic. What is going on? Save once again. Actually, no, wait, I don't want that. Just give me the snow again. I'll just do a default render to see how everything looks. I seem to be dropping frames. Oh, of course, because I am rendering. Oh god. I don't want that. Do not render these. There we go. I'll definitely use things other than just the default shaders for the trees and snow at some point, but that's something I'm even uncertain of when I have hours and hours on with myself. I know Oni's doing some really cool stuff with his stream, but with that it's literally just trial and error over and over again. Yep. fascinating seeing things render. I definitely haven't spent hours of my life sitting here watching something render and then realize something is wrong at the very end. That was a joke I definitely have. Okay, this looks alright, I guess. Yeah, it looks decent. It still looks a bit too uninteresting. But making shaders should make things work a little bit better. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so now shader editor. Let's see. The pointiness can go into a ramp. It's more darker yellow. Actually, just put that there. Does that even do anything? Let's just make this very dark. No, that doesn't actually do anything. Yes, you can drag colors. So many amazing tricks in Blender. And Blender, it's the best program ever made. Keep saying it. Let's see, does this change anything? Kind of. What's the difference between that and that? I forgot to talk and say things again. This is just still trial and error. I still want that to be very bright, so see what happens when I drag up the strength of the emission, but also make this like that. Yes, this is that skeleton game. It fills you with gonna have a bad time. Haha. Do-do-do-do. Hide this again. You know, I'm making that in another collection just so I have to look at it. M that into snowing and hide it so I don't have to look at it. Okay. And I don't want to. There we go. Okay, so let's make this a bit less shiny, a bit more rough. And color ramps are the solution to everything, it seems. Oops. So let's see, what object info? No, I want more attribute. No. Geometry. Let's see what else is there. Linear weight, no. Although that can be interesting. We'll see. Pointiness. No, it doesn't really change things. I think this is more of a number, right? So I can change this, multiply it by 3. There we go. That's something I was actually trying to do, and it happened. Okay, so what it's doing is that it's looking at the geometry and seeing how pointy it is, like that, then taking that value and putting it into the which I thought was factor, but I think it might actually be something else. And it says like how far along to go in this ramp and a gradient, and then it puts that color into the output. And let's see if we can make these look a little less uniform and plastic. I don't remember how it was exactly, but it was a texture. I think it was noise. And is there like a preview? I don't know. And I'll add this again. And Blender does seem like magic if you've never used it, but it is seriously so, once you can like navigate your way around it, it is one of the easier, more intuitive programs, at least for me. How would I best be able to kind of make this wobble around? Like a wave texture? I don't know. Maybe it'd be better to randomly make these just kind of uneven like that. So I'll select so that when I move things, it'll randomly affect other things. And I'm guessing there's some sort of tool or feature that lets you randomly assign rotation. Thanks, Nines. More trees on the top right of the camera. Ooh. Yeah, it seems to be. And then I think I still need the space there. Yes, I do have a voice, believe it or not. You know what, I'll just Google Wonder random rotation. Oh, randomized transportation. Randomized transform. That looks like exactly. So I need to select everything. Select linked object data because these are all technically the same object. Randomized transform. Yeah, so this should give them all a random rotation in the Z. Did that work? It's kind of hard to tell, but if I go like, or which one was I even editing? If I go like that, oh yeah, they're all pointing in a random direction, that's good. And I might even do a bit rotation along like this and like that to give it a more real natural look. Let's see how we can make this more interesting to look at. If we increase the roughness. Sorry, I wasn't looking. See you later, otaku nya. Turn this down. I think just roughness would be better, but maybe a bit of subsurface. Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. Maybe have this a bit less bright white. I don't know, that's fine. As the Nichijou video, eventually, hopefully, there's a lot of like back and forth between like the guy and the girl voice, even though I know it's the same voice actor, but that song is good. It's all over the place, and I want to make it interesting and find some cool angle, but I can't really think of anything cool to do with it. And yeah, I'll get to it eventually, just like everything else. Snowman, yes please. Okay, let's make this snow texture interesting as well. Didn't even give it to the ground. Okay, so let's add a noise texture as the base. Make it smaller. Or actually make it big, make the scale large. So does that make it actually bumpy, or does it just make it all go up at once? No. That only works if there's a lot of geometry, and there's no geometry there. Oh yes, once again, I forgot everything needs to go into color ramp. So let's make this like a slightly grayer. This is a Moonbase song. I guess I can play that in the background on repeat or something. Where's repeat? Here it is. Still a bit subtle. I want to make this darker. No, it's too dark. Maybe if I put down the distortion. I don't want it to look like dirty. I just want to make it visually interesting. I could actually make this kind of bright blue and give it a bit of subsurface as well. That's a bit extreme blue. Yeah, subsurface always gives it a lot of noise. I don't know if I like that. Actually, no, let's put it up a ridiculous amount just to see. Maybe it doesn't work because it's not like solid. Now the normals are facing the wrong way. There we go. Hello, Toast Goats. We are working on, or I am working on a video for the song that you hear in the background. It's a song from Undertale. From this area here. Expect dropped frames. Yeah, still a bunch of noise. I'm guessing even when I bump up the samples. 512 might be too much. It doesn't even add that much detail. I don't want it. Subsurface, go to off. Thank you very much. Turn down the specular. Actually, you know what? Let's go wireframe and subdivide many times. And put this factory into the displacement. So make it bumpy a bit. There you go. And add. Multiply this to be less, so it does that less. Wondering if that's enough to see at all. So what I did with this is that I took the noise that I took before just to have as the material, and I put it into the displacement, which means it moves the vertices that are already there up and down based on the amount of noise. Yeah, I don't want to do clay strips because I like doing things kind of like more procedurally and low poly. And clay strips looks really good if it's high poly, and this is more minimalist and stuff like that. And once I do it, it's kind of like done. I'd much rather be able to just kind of have all control of all the numbers and everything at once, so I can make changes whenever I want. I've heard that enough. I listened to it enough when I was making it in the first place. I don't want to go crazy. Yeah, this is already kind of high poly. Has more polygons than I would like. I'm wondering, how did Oni get those specks in snow? Trying to remember. I might do another noise texture and just do this for a test for now. snow test. And just make this very obvious. Make it very small. I'm trying to figure out how to make small specks, and I can't figure out if it's already there or if it's just because of the texture noise. You know what? Let's go over here. Oh. So that does your distortion, move that over. Still very bad at figuring out what noise textures do. I think I want low detail, right? And low distortion. And hard lines like that, and a smaller scale. Maybe it's more like Veroni or something like that. Yeah, that's better. So I'll set this to no alpha and set this guy, no, actually just delete that guy. Set this to a light blue speckly thing, and like an emit shader or something like that. And what was it? Mix shader. That shader, and set the factor of this as this. Actually, the opposite. No, the other way. Here's an interesting fact. It seems YouTube has automatically blocked a message that says subscribe to PewDiePie. I find that very interesting. No, that wasn't exactly it. This is very bright. No, it was the other way around. Was it even? No, that's just everything. Yeah, I manually approved that message to appear, and same with this one. Right now I'm trying to get little speckles to appear in the snow, and have only a few appear at once, but that's something else entirely that I need to figure out. Kind of like an Octopath Traveler. It was really cool. It was like even a completely flat ground, and you walked by it, different glints and stuff like that appeared. That's beyond me right now. Yeah, I guess this is okay-ish enough progress. I'm already losing motivation because I don't have any interesting ideas. And that describes basically how everything goes for me, but now that I've finished the song, I can check off the sticky note that I have on my monitor. And I just need to make the video. Yeah, which I'm attempting to do, but yeah. Is there any interesting game that the kids like to watch streams of? I can... Yeah, I did get drunk last night, but that was because me and my roommates were playing OpenTTD. And I know that's not much of a reason, but that's what he did. So I don't wanna go too crazy. I'll drink some more water though. Well, if I did stream, I don't know if I would be able to play Osu because of all that copyright stuff, but I don't even know how copyright works on the YouTube streaming thing. Yeah, OpenTTD is pretty fun. Even when you figure out how to like work everything, it's still really hard to actually play the game. You need to figure out how to optimize all the things and lay out the trains and make the schedules and stuff. It's basically SimCity, but just transportation. I could play CSGO or TF2. Those are things that I do. Actually, I might even do that Would people be interested if I switched to playing video games? Write your vote in the comments below. Okay. Would you prefer Blender or making a song itself? Because I did just put up that tutorial thing about making Moonbase interesting, or Moonbase, and it'd be interesting to show the process in more detail. But I don't honestly know if I want to, but I never want to, but people always want it. Okay. So, I don't really want to get into the shaders. I could try to make the snowman actually astronaut-y. Let's get the, I can probably do it from memory. So it's like, bruh, bruh. The problem is, I don't know what I want to do, and I never know what I want to do, so I never do anything. And that's why I don't upload. Does that look like a snowman? Oh yeah, an American flag would be fun. Why is it not lining up? It's weird. It could just be a glitch, because Blender 2.8 is in beta. Whoa. That's interesting. Never used this mode before. Weird. Yeah, 3-part snowman. That's good. I'll just start over. Cylinder. 8 segments. Alt G to put it in the middle. Control R, loop cut, scale it up. Never mind, put 2 of them, scale them up. Scale it up this way. Scale it this way. like that incredible low poly. I'll do that later. Oops. I know. I'll just go like that. And like that. Yeah, that looks dumb too. Because I just need another segment here. To make it rounder. Maybe I could just put an actual helmet-looking thing on top of it. It's just like a snowman with an astronaut helmet rather than a snowman of an astronaut helmet. Yeah, make it nice and uneven. You know, that's what I was thinking. Or I could use an asset from a video that I've never finished. Haha, how about that? Can you hear the yelling from the other room? Good, it just crashes. Yeah, check this out. It's in the background of my channel, which I thought would be an incentive for me to be like, oh man, I should finish this video because people are gonna ask, well, what's up with that background? But then no one really did, so oh well. Copy that, paste that. Parent that, no, parent that, object. Scale that down to size. That scale doesn't look too good. Yes, it was. It was Miku Neru. And I think I got to making Taito, but that's in the version that just crashes all the time, so yep. Might be able to like get the models or something. Right. 16. I think I was just working on that. And I think it was just ended up that yeah, there's like a pocket, but you can't even tell that it's a pocket, and I wasn't able to look at it, and it didn't look good, so I just gave up. But, oh yeah, this is the eyes that I spent so long making in Photoshop now that I have all the Adobe applications, and that's the only thing I've ever used Photoshop for. Oh god. These shortcuts for what's its face? For Real Live. Oh god, that doesn't look good at all. Abort. Anyway. You know what, I could just put that playing in the background for this as well. Because I have more experience with Photoshop, and Illustrator makes sense for like logos and stuff, and I thought it'd just be easier because you can put a Photoshop file directly into Blender without having to save as PNG or export it or something every time. And that was in response to a question that you could probably guess. Let's see how this looks with a lot of rendering. And as well, in the meantime, I will play that other unreleased video for you folks. Yes, you can export smart objects into Blender, I think, but I'm not positive. That might be a bumpy ride because it's rendering at the same time, but yeah, all stream videos are saved as unlisted, and I can either make them public or not, but I don't really think the other ones are too worth putting up because it's just a bunch of nonsense. I did make some stuff kind of in vectors in Photoshop. Actually, you know what? I can just bring up the faces. Hello, Adam Yang. It's gonna need so much stuff this computer doing at once. So here's that face thing. So there's a lot of just simple vector thing. I think these are vectors. I don't actually remember. Yeah, like these are definitely just ellipses. And there's a lot of stuff that's like gradient overlay stuff that I only know how to do in Photoshop. So, yeah, I don't really see a point in doing it all precise with vectors in Illustrator, but I guess I can learn at some point. One of them like was a raster, and I don't remember why, but I think it was just because it was simple enough that I could just do it again if I wanted to. So there's that. Yeah, this is looking alright. I still want to make these kind of uneven, but I don't remember the best way. Like, I'm sure there's some way. Like if you add a displacement, whatever, random vector groups or something. I don't know. I hope it gets finished someday too. I don't know if I just want to remake the music video, that the Triple Baka music video, and just redo it like I usually do, or if I want to do anything more interesting, because like for the second half they just kind of repeat it, so I thought it'd be interesting to like come up with my own ways that the music video would go, but nothing really stands out, nothing really special that I would be interested in seeing myself, so maybe I'm waiting too long for inspiration that won't come, but I'm glad at least I'm doing this. Yeah, I mean, I want more variation, like, inside the tree. Like, right now it's just the smooth gradient from, like, whiter to greener. I want more, like, jaggedness, at least in the shader. Like, yeah, that, you can kind of see it's, like, pokey at the tips and stuff like that. I could add more geometry, but I think I like the low poly, like, super low poly look. Okay, that looks alright. This path is still sticking out like a sore thumb from how uninteresting it is, but I still haven't thought of any good way to automatically have it rough along the edge. It'll probably be a still for the video, but as usual I'll make like a small animation in the background, like maybe snow coming down, or I might have the waveform go up and down. I can save this, I guess. Save as test render 1. I think I'm getting sleepy and might call it a day. My sleep schedule has been all out of whack, and alcohol didn't help at all. Unless anyone has a particularly enthralling request of something that I could show or something that I could do, I think I'll end the stream here. Probably should have streamed on a lesser delay. No one has any prompts or questions? I don't want this to drag on like my other one, and it's already been 2 hours, so I might stream another time, I might not. Oof. Or too good at being silent, or getting too real. Alright. Well, I had a positive experience, I guess. Nothing went horribly wrong, and I don't feel awful, so I'd say that was a win for all of us. See ya.